Hi guys, this is Aish from Classic Quilts, and today we're going to be doing a embroidery digitizing trick that I very routinely use, especially because I do have a commercial embroidery unit in my company, and many times one of the best ways to actually sell embroidery is to show variety to your customers. But before we move into this, don't forget to like this video, comment in if you found it very useful, let me know what you'd like to see, yes, and most importantly, don't forget to hit the subscribe button so that you get notifications whenever Classic Quilts uploads a new YouTube video. We are lately quite vibrant and our YouTube family is growing, so we appreciate you being part of our journey. And if you're new and you're looking into us, well, welcome in, welcome in. You are never going to regret that subscribe button, I can guarantee you that. All right, so digitizing. Now, there are lots of ways to digitize, there are lots of tricks and tips that one can give you. So I would prefer that whenever I do a embroidery digitizing tip trick kind of video, I keep it short and simple so that it's something that you can see, quickly apply, and go ahead and put on your machine and get that satisfaction of having tried something new. So as a small little business that has an embroidery unit, one of the things that I'd like to offer my clients is different kinds of fonts. Now, when you have fonts in your sewing machine, you're probably going to have, I mean, it depends on which kind of BERNINA you have, but you're probably going to have like a selection of 5, 6, or 7 fonts. Some of them are straight, some of them are vertically aligned, some of them are cursive. And yes, that's great, but I feel that when you have your digitizing software with you, today I'm going to be working on a BERNINA version 8 embroidery software. We will be having version 9 coming out in the Middle East market, I'm guessing April 2022. So if you have the new one, I guess this is going to be a similar process, but I'm sure if you have version 7, version 8, absolutely this process can work either way. So when you have a digitizing software, it just becomes a lot easier for you to plan and prepare your designs. And one of the nicest things I really like about it is that there is no limit to the kinds of fonts that you can have in your digitizing software. You get definitely a very big library of designs that come along with the software, but there's also a lot more that you can just get off the internet and put it right inside, and it comes automatically digitized, and that's pretty cool. Now, this does not include monogram fonts. Monogram fonts have to be traced and digitized. I will try to do a video on tracing in a couple of weeks. But right now, I'm going to show you how to do basic fonts that you can download off the internet, put it into your software, and you will see that it gets auto-digitized pretty well for you to just put straight into your machine and go for it. While I do this, I'm also going to show you guys a few little embroidery tricks that I do before I put the design into my USB and go ahead and embroider on my machine. Using a BERNINA embroidery software, yes, you can digitize and embroider for absolutely any sewing machine out there. It doesn't mean that just because you have a BERNINA version 7, 8, 9 software, you can do only for BERNINA. In fact, a lot of our customers use this to actually make and sell designs all around the world. So I'm going to be showing you also a little bit on that side as well. So let's get onto the screen. I'm going to be keeping this on, so you're going to see a little bit like I'm trying something new with the video editing. So while I record here, I will talk here. Let's see how that goes. So let's record. So the first thing that I want to show you guys over here is the canvas of our BERNINA embroidery software. And if you're looking to do fonts, the first thing that you want to look at is lettering fonts. So like I said, this does not cover monograms. Those need to be traced. But when it comes to lettering, this is absolutely fine. So I've clicked this and I'm on my embroidery canvas. And I'm just going to type half of my name, Aish, all right? Now, if I want to change the font, now it's a very straight font. Suppose I wanted a cursive font. So I'm just double clicking. So the left key of the mouse, double click, and it opens up the object properties box. Right over here, you can see the font is London. Now, I know that anything that you see that has a red zigzag over here, it's the inbuilt fonts in the software that comes with your software. And it's so nice because you can see the display of all these fonts. I mean, I really like this font. It's cursive, so I can click it and I click apply. And I can already see what it looks like without having to close the object properties box. Or I could keep scrolling and I can say, oh, let's see this one, and then I can apply it. I don't click OK because if I just click OK, then I close the box. And if I don't like this font, I have to again double click and open up and scroll down. But this is what's interesting is if you go all the way down and finish these red zigzags, you'll see the ones that says TT, like in blue. Now these are fonts that are inside my computer that is not provided by the software. But if I click it, I'm going to do the Gothic one. Computer got stuck. Whoopsie. Okay, and I'm going to click apply. And you see it auto digitizes, and actually pretty not bad, man. I wouldn't change much on this. So now the idea is I want to download a font off the internet. I want to offer, I want to do something quite unique. I don't want to do something that's already existent on my computer. So how do I do that? Now this is only applicable to the English language, guys. Unfortunately, you cannot be doing this for Arabic or Hindi or Hebrew. I don't know what other languages in different script. Because the moment you do that, it becomes a thing of, it's for the software, it's like tracing a logo. So you need to like treat those fonts as a logo font. You have to trace and digitize it. So the first thing I'm going to have to do at this point of time, I mean, I know how to spell my name, so this doesn't bother me. I'll have to close the software. But if you've got a design where you've digitized a lot and the only thing left for you is to digitize only the font, then I would save it, then I would close it, and that's the same thing. So I'm just going to close it. I don't want to save my changes to design one. And I've now come to Google. Now the website that I use is quite popular. It's called The Font, right? And this is a very good place for you to get fonts that are free. And you don't have, I don't think they come with computer viruses. Like, I have not experienced this yet. I don't have a font name. Now, some people, they come to me with logos and they've used a specific font name for that logo. So I ask them, okay, what's the font name? Can you give it to me? And then I look for it on the font. Or, I ask the customer for the true font file. But if you don't get that, then fine. Like, let's just come down to this website and see what we want. So I wanted something script, like a calligraphy script, so I'm going to click that. What's really cool is I can type my name here, Aish, and once I submit this, under calligraphy script, it's going to start showing me like what my name looks like in different fonts until I find something that I really like. Just for the sake of this, I'm going to say that I really like the Billion Dreams font. So I'm going to download it, and it's already started to download into my computer. From here, I'm going to show it in whichever folder. It goes straight to my downloads folder, and from here I just extract them. Now you can choose wherever you want to extract it, and this is the kind of file that you want. The TTF file, it's the true text font file. Guys, I'm not very good at this, okay, but it's a TTF file. That's what you're looking for. Double click this. It gives you a preview of this font, and I can see that this one, so since it's a free file, some of these, they will not have numbers. So you can see this one doesn't have numbers. You're going to get all the letters, but you're not going to get like the numbers on this. You probably have to get the paid version, and that's okay. I'm going to just write my name, so it doesn't really bother me. That's something you're going to have to look out for. And then all I do is just click install. So this is the open type file. It's not the paid version. It's just the free version. And yeah, now that I've installed it into my computer, just remember the name of the file. It's called Billion Dreams, all right? So I'm going to go back and I'm going to open my version 8 software. It's going to take a moment, but we're going to just wait for it. So now I'm back to the empty canvas. If you had a saved design, you open that saved design. I'm just going to write my name again, double click, and then I go to the drop down box. And I'm going to look for billion something, right? So I'm just going to actually type it here, BILL, Billion Dreams, right there. So I click it and I click apply, and look at that. Perfectly digitized. Now, of course, a couple of other tricks that I can show you guys. It's actually really that simple, honestly. Like when I started filming this, I'm like, it's going to be so simple. I feel like if you've never done this before, it's such a big thing that can really save your time. and really allow you to explore your creativity when it comes to English fonts. And if you knew about this, then I'm sure you're probably like, going to give me like a better way to do this. And if you do have a better way to do this, let me know. I'm always happy to learn from each other. A couple of tips that I can give you guys before I actually, from this place onwards, I want to put it into my USB, put it onto the machine. A couple of things I'd like to show you guys. So there is this little button over here. It says show hoop. Now, if you have a design in mind that's going to fit, say, the medium hoop, I'm so sorry, I'm going to be talking in BERNINA jargon, but it could be your 4x4 hoop, whatever, but just check this out. When I click show hoop, right now it shows that this name does not fit in the small hoop. So if I double click this, I right clicked it, I can select the hoop that I want it to be, and I'm like, okay, I want to do the medium hoop, and I say okay, and you can see that this name for this size perfectly fits inside here. I can see over here the width and the height in inches. If I'm a centimeters girl, I can turn it from US to metric and I can see it in millimeters. I can even rotate this design if I want to make it super big, rotate it here and then increase the size by dragging and increasing it. I will do a tutorial on the basics on how to manipulate design size on BERNINA software. That's a simple one. So yeah, now here's a cool thing. If you come to show hoop, you can select your machine, and look at this, and this is why I love BERNINA version 8. There is no discrimination on which sewing machine you use. So if I'm on a Brother Innovis 5000, I don't even know what machine it is, but clearly it does embroidery, and I click that, you can actually see how it looks like on one of those hoops. Like, how cool is that, right? So honestly speaking, what I've come to observe is there's so much brand loyalty. So what happens is if you buy a BERNINA sewing machine, you buy a BERNINA, you buy all the OESD designs and you buy all the BERNINA stuff. And then if it's Brother, they do the Brother family. But what I really have come to appreciate about this software is it's very inclusive. And it's a different feeling to work with something very inclusive. So it really doesn't matter what machine you're sewing with. You can design specific to your product right over here. So if I don't want to see the hoop, I can of course remove it. The second thing I would do is if you come to the design button, the auto start and end. I love this feature because I can choose where I want the needle to position itself at the start and the end of the design. I'll show you what that means in another tutorial, but maybe for some of you this makes a lot of sense. One of the machines that I embroider on, it's an industrial machine, and I don't have the ability to choose a start and end point on it because it's so mechanical. So I really use this so that I have a very clear indication of a start and an end point. And when I do this tutorial on what this button means, I will show it to you on the industrial machine because that's where it's most like relatable with. And of course, now I want to now save it as a certain file. And this is the last step I want to show you guys today because I wanted this video to be inclusive to anybody owning any kind of sewing machine, right? So you want to click export machine file. And when you export this file, you can choose over here like what kind of extension you want it to be. And this is where you can be like, okay, I want it to go to BERNINA, so it's an EXP file. Now I want to do an ELNA and it's an EMD file. I want to do a FAF, so it's a PCM file. Because these are the file extensions that these machines are designed to read because they all operate on very different softwares. The machine, like your machine operates on a different software. Tajima does DST, so all industrial embroidery machines are mostly DST files. So you can choose this, and this is what I mean by like you can pick specific to your machine, and you can just save it in your USB stick and then plug it straight away into your machine and go ahead and embroider. So I really hope that this gave you guys some sort of like an idea on as to how powerful your software is. If you own this product and you haven't played with fonts, this video is your motivation to go try that out. And once you try it out, let me know that you've tried it out because I love connecting with all of you. So tag Classic Quilts on Instagram or come back to this YouTube video and just comment below. Let me know what you've done, and it just inspires me and motivates me to share more from my side. So this is Aish. Don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you guys very soon in another tutorial.